think there's something on this. You know, the only reason why I got this red chair was so that I could do Q&As. First question.
Question is, if calisthenics didn't exist, what would you be doing right now?
I really like this question. If calisthenics didn't exist, what would I be doing right now? That's a good question. Honestly, I would be playing football, and I'd most likely be trying to make an NFL team. But you know what, though? Calisthenics does exist, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
My question is, what do you think about stretch marks from growing from puberty?
I have the exact same answer for you that I do for all those individuals who have scars on their face, just scars on their body. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? You see this? I have scars, and it is what it is. It gives me a reminder every single day. I know exactly what I've been through. I know my past. I know where I am now, and I know where I want to go in the future. Always use it as a source of motivation. Don't use it as something that's gonna hold you back. Every single second you hold yourself back is the further you're gonna be from your goals. And the longer it's going to take to accomplish the things that you want in your life. Everything that's on your body is a scar, a remembrance, but a good memory. A very good memory that will push you to be something greater for the rest of your life. What's poppin' with ya? Ooh. Yeah, I'm down. Whenever, if you wanna go. I haven't eaten today, really. Next question. I am going to ask Lexi. Lexi, I need a question.
How do you find a way to keep yourself motivated on days that you just don't feel like doing things? No!
So how I feel so motivated during times that I just don't feel like training, I don't feel like getting up, I don't feel like doing anything during my day, well, it's pretty simple. Well, this girl, that's number one, she's very motivating. Number two, I have a whole family that I remember, okay, I wanna take care of them one day in my life. I need to take care of them one day in my life. Third, I have a family all over social media that I know that stop hitting the camera, that I need to just give all of my energy to, that they're depending on me to get that inspiration and motivation. Four, I know where I started and I don't wanna be there anymore. I know where I wanna go, right? I can't stand where I was, and where I'm at presently is not where I am going to be in the future. That's my calisthenics journey. That's what I always talk about. And where I wanna go in the future is so important to me that no matter what, even if I'm feeling down today, even if I'm feeling down in a week or two, I just gotta get it done if I wanna reach my goal.
So how long should it be bulking? How do you know how many calories or protein to take in if you wanna still stay lean?
I get so many questions asking about lean bulking, and I'm gonna tell you this. If you wanna build lean muscle and keep that excess fat off, try intermittent fasting. If intermittent fasting doesn't work, which it most likely will, and I know what you're thinking, oh, well, that's for people losing weight. I heard of crazy amount of people that have lost 50 pounds doing that. That is actually not completely true. I gained 3 pounds of muscle doing it. It's all about the caloric surplus, and that's the second thing I was gonna get to. Caloric surplus. If you don't wanna do intermittent fasting, go ahead, bypass that. Caloric surplus, this is where you're going to consume more food, so more calories than you're gonna be burning per day. What this will do, 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. This, in turn, will put on weight of your body. Now, of course, it comes into the macronutrients. Some people react differently to proteins and carbohydrates and fats. Some people need a higher fat content diet in order to build more muscle. Surprisingly, others need more protein, a lot less carbohydrates. So you're gonna have to test that out. Generally, I start with 65% carbohydrates, 20% or 25% of proteins, and then the rest fats. You can just adjust it from there, especially if you're training more, then you might need a little bit more carbohydrates, you might need less carbohydrates. It all depends on you just going and testing out yourself. Now, besides all of that, besides the macronutrients and besides intermittent fasting, caloric surplus, eat a lot of vegetables, more micronutrient foods, and see where you are in 2, 3, 4 weeks in that caloric surplus. I guarantee you, you will be a lot leaner, a lot stronger, and be exactly where you want to be.
Yo, B. Myers, I was wondering how to do more pull-ups and how to get eventually to the muscle up.
This is a great question. Every single day, I receive messages on messages on messages of people who want to build a bigger back, do more pull-ups, and eventually do a lot more muscle up. Like I've said in many of my videos, you need to be focusing on hypertrophy, but also strength and power. If you're focusing on hypertrophy training, this is gonna be 6 to 13 reps, and then your volume is gonna be higher, so 3 to 5 sets, and then your rest periods are gonna be anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute and a half. This is gonna build the size of your muscle. But once you build the size of your muscle, you have to remember that you want to use all that muscle to contract as powerfully and as quickly as possible. Now, this comes down to power and strength. And how do you increase this? Well, you increase variation. With bodyweight training, especially if you're not using a higher resistance, which is going to be the variation of exercise, then you're not going to see the results because your muscles aren't working in a different way. If you're always doing the same thing over and over and over again, that's where you plateau. You won't progress. So that being said, if you want to build a bigger back, get stronger in your pull-ups, and eventually do as many muscle-ups as possible, focus on hypertrophy training first, then go to strength and power. This is going to be anywhere from 1 to 5 repetitions of sets of 3 to 5 sets, rest periods 2 to 5 minutes. Don't overwork your back. Focus on 3 times per week. That's the frequency, and then you'll be good to go. Next question.
Brendan, if you can go anywhere in the world, where would it be?
If I could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, but the only place I wanna be in this world is here, where I live currently. I am from Florida. The humidity is crazy. The heat is crazy. The mosquitoes and insects are crazy. California, there's none of that. Where I live, the heat is so low. It's like 72 degrees every single day. The humidity is at like 40%. There's no mosquitoes. There's no insects. All there is dogs running around. These people everywhere, friendly people. I could walk into an elevator and they wanna talk. This is where I want to be. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy that I say that. I'm okay with not going anywhere else. Although I do want to travel and visit all of your countries. I love you guys. Stay tuned, I'm coming.
It's your boy from Egypt, so tell me, does push-ups let you gain muscle?
A lot of you bodyweight guys are gonna really not like me on this one. So I consistently hear about reps and tricks and reps. But the thing is, when it comes to building muscle, building lean muscle specific, you have to be focusing on a specific way of training. You have to build size. You have to be in those rep ranges in order to build this size. Now, will you build size if you're focusing on strength and power or muscular endurance? You will. It'll just take a lot longer, especially if you're eating minimal amounts of food. But even if you are eating a lot of food, it's gonna take you a very long time. Regular push-ups, unless you are somebody who can only do a few push-ups at a time, will not really help you at all, especially if you're just doing reps on reps on reps, 20, 40, 60 repetitions of regular old push-ups. You need to increase variation. And when I speak of increasing variation, I have a full video on how to build a big chest on this, but I'm just gonna tell you straight up, you need to be doing Superman push-ups, or if you can't even do a push-up, go to the knees and do Superman push-ups or clap push-ups. Anything that's going to exert and make your muscles stretch and then contract as fast as possible. Ow! That hurt. Do you get what I'm saying? You have to increase your variation, make sure your reps are 6 to 13 repetitions, sets 3 to 5 sets. Higher the volume, the better. Your rest periods are gonna be anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute and a half. And your frequency is important. Do it about 3 times per week and then you'll be golden. All right, one more question.
What was the hardest thing that you dealt with in high school that you had to overcome?
That's just something she wants to know about. I think one of the hardest things in my life that I had to overcome in high school was when I put all my eggs in one basket and then someone stole all my eggs.
So sad. What'd you have for lunch?
Nothing. I didn't have anything because they stole my freaking eggs. But what really happened was I put all of my energy and everything that I had into playing football. And I was going into my first ever year, super excited. I was training so hard. I was getting bigger. I was building size. I was eating 7,000 calories a day. And then guess what happened? I tore my hip flexor running the 40-yard dash right before my first spring practice. This was a huge turning point in my life because I had to go see a specialist. I had to get a trainer. I couldn't play that season. Things just weren't going right. And this is where I put all of my energy for the past year. This is something that I thought was gonna change my life. Little did I know this changed my life forever. Now I'm here talking to my family here on YouTube. I love you guys. And the last thing I'm gonna talk about for today is the future of this YouTube channel, my social media, everything that I'm doing with you guys. So in just a week or so. I'm not gonna give you the exact date. I am going to be going through a full series. It's not gonna be like the Ignite series. It's gonna be way more in depth. First thing I'm gonna do is go check out my body fat percentage, my weight. You'll be appalled at how much weight I have lost and where I'm at currently. And then I'm gonna guide you guys as I'm going through my programs through your program. And together, we're gonna build lean muscle together, get more explosive, just get shredded together. I'm telling you, this series is going to change your life. You don't believe me? Just wait for it. I haven't trained in months, and it's time to put you guys through an ultimate test, not only for myself, but for you guys too. So stay tuned. It's coming very, very shortly. I love you guys. Thank you all for your support consistently, day to day to day. Tomorrow I'm back with another. You know I can't skip a day. I got a vlog for you guys, and you want to know what's going on in my life. I want to know what's going on in your life. So comment below with what's going on with yours. I want to know where you're going. How is school? How are your goals? Are you smashing them? Are you in a bad time, a good time? We need to share as a community, as a family, what's going on so we can help each other. That's what a family is for. So love you guys. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you tomorrow.